Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Maria Luisa. Today I'm going to be talking about wire wrapping basics. There's a variety of tools that I love to use when I'm wire wrapping, when I'm working on my projects. And so that's kind of where I wanted to start, to show you guys the tools that I use, from the very basics that you absolutely need to get started to the most, I don't want to say intricate, but the most interesting ones for different types of techniques. Once you get used to working with wire, if you want to branch into those other tools that you can use, they're actually really pretty cool tools. And so I wanted to give you guys a range of things that I have collected over the past years while learning to wire wrap, because I've seen a lot of people use these tools for a certain thing, and then I'm like, what did they use? How did they use those? Where did they get them? So we're going to be diving into all those things, and then I'll also try to insert anything that I feel that you can substitute, that you don't have to spend the money, that you can substitute using other tools or other things around, even around your house that you have. So you don't always have to spend a ton of money to create beautiful jewelry. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so the first category I'm going to put in here is the basics, what you absolutely positively need to get started. You could go to Michael's if you want to buy a basic tool set. You can go online, even buy it on AliExpress. You could now, or even Temu probably has it. I haven't checked, but these are tools that you absolutely need if you want to start wire wrapping. So to get started with the pliers, because like I said, you can't get away from those. To get started with the pliers, you're going to need some chain nose pliers. And these are ones that I bought on Amazon. A lot of my stuff, I'll link it down below. But if I miss a tool that I didn't link down below, please mention it in the comments, and I'll definitely, if I can't find it, I will definitely go search for the link and get it to you. Some links, I have to tell you up front, some links I do get a small commission, absolutely free to you. They don't add any cost, but they do support me and my channel to keep bringing you guys this kind of content. Okay, so like I said, chain nose pliers, these are really great when opening jump rings. They got they're flat in the center here, and then they're rounded on the outside. So nice grip, wire and bend wire. And then you definitely need a pair of round nose pliers. This will shape, if you're making loops. To me, they're absolutely crucial when making loops, to make earrings, all sorts of stuff that I could definitely, I'll be inserting pictures here and there so you guys can see, because describing it is at least I'm a very visual person. So I'll be inserting some images here so you guys can check those out. So I got those. I have these longer ones that I really like. They're shaped. Like I said, you can find all sorts. I found these at Hobby Lobby. So you can find all sorts of great new tools when you're going to craft stores and stuff like that, and see how you can hold them really nicely in your hand. Then I 100% need some cutters. These are side cutters. As you can see, they're flat here. And then you've got but they do leave like a V. So you always want to make sure that whatever flat side you're cutting, that's what's going to the piece that you're working on. Because otherwise you have this, it leaves like a V shape. You definitely don't want to use your husband's cutter pliers. A, they're too heavy for, a small hands like me. And B, you don't want to destroy your wire. Your wire is definitely otherwise you want your finished product to look beautiful and, without any damages. Then I have bent nose pliers. I've got two types. I've got this one and these here. So as you can see, these are Xyrons. I love Xyron because, these are nice. But you can see they're a little bit bulkier. I love these because the nose is longer. It's got that perfect curve, and you can get really tight into those corners. These are, they still have a good function. And when I have pliers all over the place, so if I can't find these, I'll grab these. But I honestly prefer these because of the longer nose. So these I absolutely love. Again, these are in the category of they're really, really nice to have. You don't really need them. Like I said, you can get really into those tight corners or edges, and they're really nice also to when you're making a wrap loop. so that you can hold your loop and you're basically, your pliers are out of the way. You're not tough, you know, you're not, I'll put up an image here how you can, you know, you get in there and not have the plier be in the way. So I really like them. They're not imperative, I guess is the word, but really, really nice to have them. And then I have, getting into the really nice to have but don't really need, I have these flat ones here. These are really nice for shaping because you can really bend the wire. And so these flat ones, I really like to use them to make decorative things because, okay, I don't know, hopefully you could see how it's, and then you can go like this. You kind of give a, see, you could give like a shape, let's say, and then let's bend this one this way. And then you got this, like that, you got here, like that. See how you start to have, you can start to make all sorts of like shapes with it. Those look like bunny ears. So these flat ones, nice to make shapes. And then the other ones are these really nice, like they're flat nose, but they're really tiny. Again, perfect for getting into those crevices to really get in there and, you know, bend the wire or close things up. Or I love these pliers for that. So again, basics is that you absolutely need are these three. Are your cutter, your chain nose pliers, and your round nose pliers. These to me, I could not, if you're starting off in wire work, you definitely need to invest in these three. And then you have other fancy shaped or weird shaped pliers. Look at these. This is by a 6-step loop maker. So it makes different loops, as you can see here. So if I'm making certain shapes, like figure 8s, I can use a small one. I've made like filigree pieces that I want to use, that I want to make, you know, or if you want to make jump rings, you have different size jump rings. You can use this for jump rings. Then this big guy, as you can see here, this will make big loops. Like if you even want to make, if you use wire that's pretty heavy, like 18 or 16, wrap it around and you can make yourself a pair of hoop earrings. Look at that. So definitely kind of on the more specialized side. The other thing too is that I like is that you can also, if you can afford it and to invest, it's really nice to just have the whole kit, to buy the whole kit. And this one I bought at Design Wires. Called Design Wires is the company. It's full of my dogs here. But as you can see, it comes with all these pieces and they come in different colors, different, you know, like the handles are different. And you've got different mandrels that I'll go through right now. I was just wanting to show you the basics, but it's got a lot. So you've got your bent nose pliers, your round nose pliers, your bent nose pliers. This one is to close crimp rings, to close crimps. And then this one is your chain nose pliers. You've got those square ones that I was on, flat square ones. There's the cutters right there. These are more rounded. I like to have these here because again, they're nice and small and dainty. When I'm working with wire, I really like things that are small and dainty and easy to get into, like I said, those corners. And then you've got nylon jaw pliers, and I'll tell you in a minute what those are for. And then you've got like the 6-step looper, only you've got them individual here in these two, well, I call them mandrel type pliers. So this kit or this set, really nice. I'll link it down below. I don't get any commission or anything for them, but Design Wires makes this one, and I really like, it's a really nice kit to have. And I have it, even though I have a whole bunch of pliers, because when I travel, I take this with me. So moving into that, speaking of nylon jaw pliers, where did I leave them? When you're working with wire, you definitely want to, there's moments where you put it down, set it aside, whatever, and then all of a sudden you've got these you've got wire that you've bent or kinked by accident. Well, you don't want it to kink because it'll break, but you've bent it by accident and you'd like to get it back to a nice shape. That's where your nylon job pliers come into play as well. You see, you've got, I'll show you with this. See how I made these little bunny ears or whatever? They look like bunny ears out to me. But as you can see when I straighten it out, look how it looks. And so what I like to do is, let's say if I want to get a nice straight, I put it in here and I straighten it out just like that. And just put it to the knife and look at, voila. You don't want to do this too much with wire because you end up kinking it too much and then it'll break. But once in a while you can flatten it out to a nice shape. And let me grab some other wire and let me show you something. So here I have 22 gauge wire by Design Wires. And let's say this one is a thicker, it's a 22 gauge. If you want to know about gauges, wire gauges, then I'll link my video on different gauged wire. I will link that video up here somewhere. So you guys, if you could go over there, watch. It's it's one of my most popular videos on my channel, but it provides a lot of information on wire and the gauges and the sizes. So if you want more info on that, I'll link that, like I said, up here. So let's say I bent this like this, see? But you don't always want to use your nylon job pliers. The nice thing is there's this tool, and I got it from Beadalon. That's the other recommendation, Beadalon.com. They have a ton of tools, of interesting tools that you can use to work with wire. If you like wire wrapping, I bought a lot from them for a while. So what you do is you have this thing, and see how it closes up like this? So if you grab it, you put it in like that, and you just pull it. See? It works better with a little bit thicker. This seems to be a little bit on the thinner side, I think. But you put it in those rollers and you can, yeah, this works better, I think, with like, because this one's 22 gauge. So I think it would work even better with a 20 gauge, 20 to 24. But these like nylon things, you put it in between that nylon and they grab onto it. See, like that. I don't know if you, I apologize, my hands. I don't know how else to do it, but you pull it through and it straightens out the wire. But again, I think it works better with a thicker wire because this one, I like my nylon job pliers, but I would use my nylon job pliers for this. And I know, look at these, they're all torn apart. That's why they sell these little nylon things. They sell them separately. Again, Beadalon.com. Because not only do I use the nylon job pliers for straightening, this is also something that if you're into wire wrapping, I would really, really recommend investing in a set of nice nylon job pliers. And I've seen them on Amazon too. And you really, really will use these because these wires come with a polymer, not a polymer, it's like a coating. It's a coating that they put on them. And then, so if like, for example, if you're gonna have a color type wire that it's a color, what they do is that the center is copper and then they put the coating of the color on it and then they seal it up with I want to say the sealant is polymer or like I forget the name of it. It's not polymer. It's kind of like a plastic, but I don't want to call it plastic, if you know what I mean. But they seal it up with that. So when you're working with pliers that have these kind of, that they're metal, you could easily end up stripping that and then the color underneath will show through. There's some that are silver that have the center, they're silver, it's a silver core, but like these are copper core. And if you use it, like pliers and you're too harsh on them, especially when we start off working with wire, it's so easy for us to end up stripping it because of the fact that we're new at it and we're trying to do something or a figure or something and we end up stripping it. A lot of people start off working, beginners work a lot with copper, but I like to be able, I've always loved to be able to work with silver and colored wire and silver, gold, and then also, like I said, different colors of wire. I work a lot with that. So you eventually, over time and with practice, you start to get the hang of it and you start to understand how much pressure you can put on certain wires so that you don't strip the colors off of it. But in the meantime, that's why you have your nylon job pliers, because for example, I'm going to take these round nose pliers, and I'm going to start, and I'm going to make a little loop like so. And see, I have the loop. Usually I'm working on my mat, but because I'm showing, so you start off with the little loop, and then let's say this is where your round nose pliers come in handy, and you start doing this. Well, you're squishing the wire, you're squishing it, and so it's totally by accident. And like I said, if you're not getting the hang of it yet, you start to strip that coating off of the wire. So that's why these come in handy so much, because then you can just, you know, you take your nylon job pliers and you hold on to it and you start to make your coil. See, but now you're not damaging your wire. See how with these, it's to help you not damage that wire. You can still make your little coil, see, and you don't have any damage to the wire. And this is kind of what you want. You want, especially if you're going to sell your projects. I mean, you can use your fingers with very soft wire, but if you're going to sell your projects, you definitely want them to have a very nice finish to them. So that's why I recommend the nylon job pliers. This one is for straightening. Again, I get them at Beadalon. So that is the nylon job pliers. That's the pliers. Then we're going to move into mandrels. And for mandrels, I absolutely wanted to have a ring mandrel, because a ring mandrel comes with the different sizes. This one is like the heavy duty one. There's one where there's a clamp that you put on, and then you can screw this in, and this ring mandrel will just stay on there. It's like super heavy. Probably hurt somebody with it. I could use it as a self-defense weapon. But it's got the numbers of the rings. Got the numbers here. And so it's really cool to use. But again, like I said, another option would be like a lipstick tube, something that's small that you can use if you wanted to shape a ring. Obviously, in that case, then you'll have to create rings that are adjustable, because obviously here you have the numbers, so you can use rings that are going to be, you make to size. If you're going to be making adjustable rings, then yeah, sure, you can use like a lipstick tube or a tube of, I don't know, anything that is small, like round, you know, that you can use just to give it shape, to make a ring, an adjustable ring. So that is for the rings. Then there are bracelet mandrels. Now bracelet mandrels, as you can see, they're not round. They're like oval shape, because obviously our arm is not round. So it's really nice because it's an oval shape. But some people, especially if you can't afford it, as you can as you sell your jewelry, you could go along, start buying your tools, which is a lot what I've done. A lot of people bring out their trusty different types, like this is hairspray. So hey, anything that works, like a big, let's see, well, this would be small, it's a little base, but anything that works, that's round. Obviously, once you get it closed up, like I said, this is nice because it's already got the shape of the arm. It's already like a oval shape. So that is rings and bracelets. So then you can also, to make shapes, other mandrels, it's the Beadsmith has this set here, and this set I use a lot. Boy, do I use it a lot. This here, see, you've got different size mandrel type things. So you've got from 1 inch all the way down to a 1/4 inch. It's from the Beadsmith. I think I found this one. I think I probably bought this one on Amazon. So this one is so nice to make shapes, you know, especially, again, you can also use it to make rings if you want to make rings that are adjustable. But this, you could make a ton of shapes to make earrings, necklaces, rings, all sorts of stuff. I love this set. And again, I use it. It's very handy. I use it a lot for wire wrapping. So that is this mandrel. Then the Beadalon has another set, and that is from their Artistic Wire brand. So as you can see here, this is a full set. and it shows you on the back the types of things that you can make. But the nice thing about this one is that you've got the handle, but this thing comes out, and this one is triangles. Make a really pretty pair of earrings, triangle shape. Then maybe add on some beads on the edges. You make some really pretty things. They've also got a round one, again, so you can make earrings. The nice thing is that if you like those big hoop earrings, you can use the back of it. But otherwise, you've got different sizes here that you can use. And again, you just take it off. You've got, you know, that here, that little handle. And then we've got a square, also fun shape. This is if you start, once you start to get more into wire wrapping and you really want to make those shapes. This one is an oval. An oval is really nice if you want to make a flower. You just wrap it like 4 or 5 times, and then you fan it out, and you made a really pretty flower because the oval shape are petals. So that is this mandrel from, this is a Beadalon. This is artistic wire, and it's 4 pieces in one. I see how you can make different shapes and make a veil and then turn it into a pretty necklace. So sorry if you hear growling in the back, my dogs are playing. So there we go. I no longer have a bedroom to film in. Someday I'll have a craft room again. And then I think they use these for, I think it's, oh, you know what? It's for paper, quilling and stuff. But, sorry, I didn't mean to get my big face in there. AliExpress is, I think, where I got it. AliExpress has this set of mandrels. Look at that. They do not have a handle like the Beadalon ones do. But I like these because I get bigger shapes. Because like I said, I think these are for paper. Paper, I don't know. I've seen them use them for other stuff. But see, you've got big circles on these. And they're very inexpensive. And this one does have a teardrop. Look at how nice that one is. To make some teardrop earrings. I love this shape. This is really nice. You've got your triangle. You've got this shape, again, oval. Really, this one has more of a pointy. It's not such a rounded end, which also makes really nice leaves. And then you've got your square. So this mandrel set's really, really nice. Maybe I have another set that I don't use. Maybe I'll do a giveaway. Let me know if you guys are interested in a giveaway for these. So I'll leave those. So those are mandrels. So those are within the realm of be really nice to have. Ooh, I don't really absolutely have to have it. Then the other thing that I do have as well is I have hammers. I have a nylon jaw hammer, or nylon, not jaw, thinking of pliers. Nylon hammer and a metal hammer. The metal hammer I like to use, I have a block that I use. I don't even know right now where I live. I didn't take that one out, but it's a block that you can buy with a big metal block with a bottom that is like a rubber bottom so you don't mess up your surface. But the hammer, I like to do that when you want to flatten out wire and give it some texture. This one is perfect when you're wanting to shape. So let's say you've got your wire, you've got your, I'm going to use my ring mandrel, and you want to bring this around like this. And if it's a really thick piece of wire, what you can do is you grab it like this, and then you go like this, kind of, and it will have that round shape. The round shape, I don't know if it really got to do that, but you'll have that rounded shape. One example. Many other uses that I've used that hammer for. I don't think it did it. But you guys get the idea, right? You get that round shape, but you don't damage or flatten your wire. This is for when you don't want to flatten your wire. You just want it to bend and shape to a certain form. That's the best way I can describe. That's what I use this for. So these are 2 hammers. Again, these fall into a really nice to have, don't really need it. And then now we're going into more shaping your wires, doing interesting things with your wire. These are a really nice to have, don't really have to have, okay? So like when you're wanting to get into other techniques that we will eventually on this channel get into, but that's for another day, another video. And so then we have a coiling gizmo. What is a coiling gizmo, you say? What is this one right here? We have a coiling gizmo. This one clamps to your workspace, you know, to your little table, wherever you're using. Let's pretend it's clamped to the table. I'm going to take one of these. Let's say this one, so it's more visible here in this big old light I got going on. Usually, like I said, I'm down on the mat. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my beautiful pink fuchsia wire here, and I'm going to wrap it around the base. Let's see, just like that. And I'm just going to wrap it like that to just kind of anchor it on there. I can do the, oh, here we go. So you take this, and like I said, it's a lot easier when you have it clamped to your table. And you just start going like this. I like to do this when I'm, see, you just start wrapping. Just like that. See? And then you pull it out. And like I said, you have different sizes. You cut it with your lovely wire. See how these are small and easy to get in there? So then you just pull it off. You have beautiful little coils that you can add decorative things to earrings or pieces, or you can also stretch it out like that. I've seen other people do like a little stretchy you got going on like this, and then you just start to kind of, it turns out a lot better with smaller size, but just wanted to give you an idea. So what they do is that once it's all curled, you can make these little balls, see, little coiled up, and again you can use them as little hangy decorative things. So see, like that. But like I said, people tend to use the smaller size for that one. So, but you've got, like I said, different size. It comes, the coiling gizmo comes with 5 coiling thingies, majigs. So that is the coiling gizmo. But then you can also use like this. There's this thing here. Like I said, there's a lot of tools out there that you can use, and you just turn this thing, and it comes with these. Again, I bought these, I think, at Michael. Comes with 3 sizes. You've got this thing here, and then basically it's to make, this one it says it's to make jump rings, but you can use it for coiling too if you wanted to. But that is the supposedly easy jump ring maker. Create your own jump rings. Again, it comes different sizes. So that's this thing. Then there's also the Cone-tastic, and this one is really neat because it comes, you can make, as the name depicts, you can make cones. So it comes with these little cones. So what you do, let me show you now. It comes with this, it's this thing right here. And you can open the back, and you've got different like tips for it, and they sell extras too, because you could do an inverted cone. So now I can't close it. Here we go. So you could take your wire. Let me use this wire again. So, you know, if you have imagination, you can make so many things with all these tools. I love it. I am a tool hog, I guess is what I would call it. But you just take your wire again, bring it down, and then you would, let me see if I could do this properly. You could, you know, you just take it and you start rolling it around. See? Start like that. But just make sure that you're pushing it up, that you're keeping it. And let me see if I can do this in the air. Usually my hands are against my body and it's a lot easier. But yeah, it's not going to show exactly, but I just wanted to give you guys the idea. But you just keep spinning it, and then once it's done, take it out. Ugh. See, and you've got a little cone. Again, do not take this as a perfect example. I just wanted to show you the function. I have all sorts of instructions. It comes with all these instructions. It is a very cool to make all sorts of fun stuff. It is a very cool, I don't know, what is it, gadget, tool? I don't know what to call it. But see, you can see how it comes with the cones. And they even sent me a sample. Look at the cone in here. Let me show you. This one's a much better example of a cone. Ugh. No, I dropped it, didn't I? No, there it is. See? Look at how pretty that is. So once it's against your body and you can play with it better. See? And then you can hang, like, you could put wire through here, or you can even turn this into a bale and hang chains from there, and then, you know, really pretty stuff. It's like you see it says Captastic, so like a little cap. Fun things to play with. And it shows you here too. There's a lot of videos by the designer of this tool. What's her name? Why can't I think her name? Sandra. If you look up Sandra and Conetastic, Sandra Lupo is her name. Sandra Lupo. If you look her up, she created this. She shows a ton of tips and tricks on how to use this and how to use it. So definitely recommend looking into that if this tool is something that interests you. I had to have it because, again, I have to have every single tool, I guess. So there's that one. And then there's this one here. If you like that biking knit, have you ever heard of the biking knit? If you like that biking knit, I'll insert a picture of here of the biking knit. If you want to do the biking knit, there's this cool little tool crate for wire, groove to rest on your thumbs as you work for more ergonomic control. You can do a biking knit without having this specific tool as well, but this one is for making, like I said, here, let me show you. I can't show you exactly how it goes right now. It's one of those that you have to look it up to see how it goes, but you start the knit up here and then it starts to come out here. And with this thing, you do want to have a draw plate. These are draw plates, so that once you're done with it, you can pull it through and make it as thin as you want. So you want the draw plate. That's what I'm saying, that it's just little extras. Don't have to have it. Some people also like to use with very thin wire. They like to use this, what's it called? The Kumihimo disc. This one's a square one, but you could do Kumihimo with wire, with the very soft copper wire. You could do Kumihimo beading with it. Turns out absolutely gorgeous. Looks almost like a biking knit as well. So definitely recommend that, even though it does tear up the Kumihimo a lot more than if you use, so if you use some cord or string, if you use wire, it will tear it up a lot more. So just a fair warning on that. But some people like to use wire to do Kumihimo designs. And then I also have to show you guys, gonna laugh, a pink drill. Maria, why do you have a pink drill? Because I love to twist wire. I think you can even borrow your husband's. And that one you can borrow from your husband. I mean, so you take these ends and you put them in the tip. Take that out. Put it in the tip of the drill. I'm gonna put this down and tighten it. All right, so once I've got it in here, really nice and tight. You pull, I don't want to pull too much because then it will pop out. And I guess that's what this thing comes in handy for. You can't use it for making, what do you call it? For making jump rings. So what you do is that you take this thing or any tube. Sometimes I'm using like anything I can wrap the wire around, and then you just take it. And I hope it covers our camera. Okay, so I'm going to have to do a voiceover for the remainder of this video. It looks like the sound of my video just died. I was using my phone to record this video, and for some reason, the sound is gone. Probably didn't like the sound of the drill. I'm not sure, but you're going to have to listen to me while I explain to you what I'm doing for the remainder of this video. Sorry about that. I'll have to figure it out and see what's going on, why I did that all of a sudden. So here I finished twisting the wire, and then I grabbed one of the attachments for the coiling gizmo, and I'm showing you how once you twist the wire, you can actually twist it again on this coiling gizmo. And I'm using my hand. You can use the little attachment that comes with it, but I wanted to show you how pretty it looks if you twist the wire and then coil it. So once you're done coiling around, you take it out. See how pretty it looks? Hope it shows in the video. If you twist it and then coil it, especially if you do a smaller, if you use one of the smaller attachments, it looks so pretty, especially if you use it to decorate like a cabochon. It adds a really nice decorative edge. You put it like I'm showing here over a piece of just thicker wire, 18 gauge, and then shape it around the cabochon. If you don't have a drill and you want a more affordable option, you could get one of these little I don't know what to call it, this type of tool. It's got like the same tip as a drill does. And this one is, you have to use it manually, of course, twist it, but it still works, still does the same function. You just won't have an electric drill. But it's pretty inexpensive. You can find that little attachment, I don't know what to call it, on Amazon. This is another affordable option. It's that little tool. Again, you can find it on Beadalon. If you can see, it's got 5 little holes, so you could twist from 2 pieces of wire up to 5. 5 would probably look pretty cool. I've never tried it, but you attach it, the wires through there, and you just crank it like I'm doing right now, very enthusiastically. Crank the little thing there, and then you can twist all your wires. So as you can see, you've got 3 options. You got the drill and those 2 that you can use to twist your wire. I love using twisted wire in wire wrapping. This is another really cool tool that I love having. It's actually a battery operated bead reamer. It's got the bead reamer tips, but this one also came with a wire rounder. So it's like a burr and you put it in there and it just spins automatically and you put the tip of the wire in there. So it's really great for when you're making ear wires. You just put the wire, as I'm showing, in that burr, and you just press, and it just you kind of spin it around. There's manual ones, but I'm really happy that I invested in this battery operated bead reamer because it came with the bead reaming attachment, but also with this burr to round out the edges of the wire. Super cool when you are making ear wires so you're not hurting your ears when you're putting on earrings or when you sell your earrings. You definitely want to have a really nice finish so people are not hurting their ears when they put on those beautiful earrings that they have purchased from you. So that is all for this video. I am so sorry for the whole sound situation. I'm kind of happy that it happened towards the end. That's why I did not want to re-record the entire video. This one's already late and I really wanted to get out to you. So it ended up being a bit of a hot mess with me having to do a voiceover. Thank you so much if you watched until now. I promise that I will make sure that the sound does not die on me again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you again. Please like, share, subscribe, and all those things. Bye.